Hello, gold diggers. Welcome to the gold mine. I'm so excited that you're here with me tonight. I want to, first of all, send love and light to the guy that was to be our guest tonight. He was involved in the tornado that was in Birmingham, and he's an author, so he really wanted to be here and couldn't make it tonight. So, sending lots of love and light to everyone over there that were affected by the tornado. And really tonight we have a special guest still though. So before I introduce her, just want to talk to you guys about Gold Digger Diaries and why we're here, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and what we're about. So I'll share that with you briefly, and then we'll get started. We'll go mining. So Gold Digger Diaries really started as a quote line for me. And those of you who follow me, if you follow me, you will see every now and then I'll put my quotes and I'll put Gold Digger Diaries at the bottom because I'm a creator. So creating content comes second nature to me. But with the work that I was doing to help over the years, helping others pinpoint their goals, I was creating content that I needed a home for. So I wanted a place to put my stuff. Hence Gold Digger Diaries quote collection. But God said bigger. So my creative juices got flowing, and Gold Digger Diaries Live was brought to life. And through the encouragement of one of my friends, Latrell, she was my first guest. Through her encouragement, she was like, "Girl, you're on to something." So I went full blast because I want to reach a more people with my content. That was the initial goal. However, it became a two-pronged approach because I felt that ordinary people who are accomplishing their goals should be celebrated as well. And I also felt that I need to, my messaging should be gold mining, like a dream. Everybody has a dream. It's just that it's a dream, and we all have them at some point in our lives. A goal. Well, our goal is something that you see um, that you want to accomplish. It's something that you see in that dream that you want to accomplish, and you work towards it. You do the things that you need to do to put things in motion, and then there's your vision. So that is where you see how your goals and dreams will play out. That's where you see them come to fruition. That's where you look at, okay, how do I envision this, or how do I envision my dream or my goal coming to life? So my tagline is simply to be bold, which means take a chance on your dreams. If you're dreaming of something and you really feel like that's your flow and that's your thing, be bold. Take a chance on it. Be fearless about it. Step out on faith and do the work to bring that dream and vision to life. And then be fearless. I'm sorry, be inspired. Be inspired by life. I'm inspired by life, by those around me, and know that whatever you want to accomplish, you can. So be inspired by those people that I bring on the show, because I vet people very strategically. I don't just bring anybody. It's people who are doing things, people who are bold in their walk, people who are accomplishing their goals. So that's where the inspiration comes for me, and I hope that it comes to you that way. So in addition to my husband and my daughter, I have a tribe of incredible strong women who are there to lift me up when I need encouragement along the way. And one of them is here tonight, and she's a return guest. And I am honored that she said yes, because I was in a tight. I was like, Delphine, I need somebody for the show tonight. And she said yes. She's a dear friend and always, always, always is there when I need her. So help me welcome my friend, my sister, my fellow entrepreneur, my business partner, my business venture partner, Delphine Lomax
Yes,
Taylor.
yes, yes, yes. Happy
Hey,
to be here.
Delphine. me?
Absolutely happy to be here.
And I'm so happy that you're here, girl. When we talked earlier, I was like, you know what? I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we're going to do some digging tonight. And you and I got together, and I think what we're going to talk about tonight is instrumental. I think we're going to talk about the importance of true sisterhood among women who are not necessarily blood related. I think it's a much needed conversation. And we've been doing this sister trips and sisterhood and vision boarding and goal setting. We've been doing that for a long, long time, my
A
sister.
long time, a long time. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I am honored to be here, honored to be your sister friend, to be able to step in when you need it. And that's what it's all about, as you said.
That is what it's all about, and I so appreciate you. Well, tell for those who did not see your previous video, tell us a little bit about who Delphine is.
Okay, definitely. Well, Delphine Lomax Taylor. I think, as I said on the show before, that I was a mother and a grandmother and a wife and an auntie and a sister to two sisters and a friend and all of that. But on my day to day, everyday life, I'm a one of the owners of VNL Research and Consulting, and we're a full service market research company. Matter of fact, this year we'll make our 30th year in business. And then over the years, just from meeting people in advertising and meeting people in the marketing research arena, I've just developed this connection. I like connecting people. So I
Yes.
started a Lomax group, and it's called the Outsource Connection. I know accountants and I know lawyers and I love just collaborations. And so I started the Lomax group, and then we'll talk a little bit more about Gathering of the Sisters, I think a little bit later in the show. But I give back. I serve on a few boards in the area. And that's who I am in a nutshell, and a recent author. I have wrote my first book. I did bring a copy just in case. I did a book. I talked to some women earlier. That's why you see the tabs. I did some readings this morning from the book. So that's my latest adventure.
Okay, well, tell us about your book. I've got on here how our viewers can order the book. They can go to www.woman2woman.network to order the book. So tell us about Woman to Woman a little bit.
So listen, so this book really is like my life story. And I don't want to just say life story, but the name of it is Woman to Woman, Life Lessons Learned on the Journey to Marriage. Because it's a journey: marriage, motherhood, entrepreneurship, divorce, surviving breast cancer, and finding new loves. So these are all the different things that I've gone. And basically, I have a chapter that talks about each of those things. And at the end of each chapter, it's just some lessons I've learned on raising two sons, lessons I've learned on going through a divorce, surviving breast cancer. And then the last chapter just talks about, what's the next step? What's the next step? So that's what it's all about. I've got a few pictures in here too, but it took a while to come together. But again, my desire is that it'll be an inspiration to other women who may have gone through some of the things I've gone through, and be able to benefit for some of the lessons that I've learned.
And we've learned some lessons, haven't we?
And you've been there through many, many, many. You might not have been there in the Akron days, but you definitely have been with me during some of those difficult times.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Delphine, since we're going to be, I think that's a great segue into what we want to talk about tonight. Tell us a little bit about how your sister circle helped you all these times, the different phases.
And I won't even go all the way back to Ohio, but just coming here and being married for a long time, and having to experience that very first divorce before even finding out I had breast cancer, but just not being prepared for someone to ask you for a divorce, knocked the wind out of me, knocked the wind out of me. But I will tell you, sister friends gathered around me, and I had so much love and support. I mean, and you were in on one of these plans where I don't know how I was feeling. I don't know if I was down, but a couple of friends, and I don't know who's out there listening. Felicia was one of them. They planned this um, sisterhood night, like a pajama party.
Yes.
And it was funny how they got me there, but they got me there. And we just, it was a lot of love and hugs. They hugged on me, they loved on me. We ate, we drank, and then they wrote just special notes to me that I have to this day.
Wow.
And then fast forward, thinking, wow, divorce, that's got to be the toughest thing you ever go through. That was 2013, 2010. And then 3 years later, find out you've got breast cancer. You got chemo. Sometimes you don't feel good. Once again, my sisters rallied around me. I got gift cards. I got cards. I got food brought to the house. So to have a support group and to have a group of sister friends, words can't even express how I feel.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Because it's just something about that connection that women have, that when we're truly in that circle, it's something about that connection that you just can't get it
You
anywhere.
can't break it.
You can't break it. You can't, because my husband will always say, well, why you got to go on a girls' trip all the time? I'm like, honey, you have no idea. No, well, what do y'all do? We can sit up and we literally can sit up and talk till 4 or 5 in the morning. We literally can do that. But he doesn't get it. But I guess that's just a male female thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I just it's everything for me. Everything. So how do you, before we go into the fun part of talking about our circles and
Mm-hmm.
all of that, how do you manage how do you, I don't want to say vet, but how do you know when your circle is full of genuine women? How do you know that?
When a lot of times, sometimes when you least expect it, you might get a phone call from them, or it's a two-way thing, Felicia. You're not always doing the calling. It's like a two-way. Sometimes she call you, sometimes you call them. But let me tell you this though, I do have some sister friends, very good dear friends, and this might be for you too, where you might not have talked to them in a year, but
Yeah.
you pick up that phone, it's like y'all start right over in the conversation. So sometimes you've got the friends that are far away. They may not live in the same town with you, but you know that you have your back. Like if you call them, it's okay that you haven't talked in a year or something.
Yes.
But then you kind, I don't know, it's something like an intuition or something. You kind of can feel when somebody's truly got your back, or you can really feel like, is this my friend? Because you know what, sometimes we have friends and they're only around for a season, and I'm the type of person, I want everybody to like me. Yeah, I want all my sisters to like me, but you know what, that's not, I'm over that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody does not have to like Delphine Lomax Taylor. If I'm not invited to the party, that's okay. There
Yeah.
wasn't meant for me to be. So, and to me, and it's sometimes, Felicia, it's different levels of friendship. Like you got your real die, ride or die. Like you my ride or die. And then other
Okay.
you're my ride or die, but you do have some people who maybe it's your spiritual friend, or it's a
Yeah.
friend that you guys both battled something together, so you have some commonalities and some like things. I got tennis buddies and I got travel buddies and I got, on and on.
Different levels. But
Mhm.
that circle, I mean, it's just like a family, I guess. It might be a huge family, but everybody's at different levels.
That's right. That's right.
It's different levels. Well, I want to hear all about your sister circles, and I know we've got some of the same sister circles, and but I pulled together some pretty amazing slides because, like I said, I found some pictures. I went digging,
You
and
done.
we've been doing this for a long time. This right here is the first vision board party we did together at Dr. Nancy's place.
Yes. Yep.
What's her name? Dr.
Yeah, Dr. Nancy. I call her Dr. Nancy. Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
this was the first vision board I did, which I ended up displaying at this event, the 2020 Vision event.
But you know what, Felicia? Remember, we had an earlier conversation. We go back even further than that. You had me pull out, and I need to get it. You had me pull out. We did with this networking and pulling people together. 2006 or 2007 at First African, we put together the church, the business directory, and used to run networking events.
We did. We did.
This is 2021.
We did. We sure did.
But I do remember this.
I remember that. Let's see what else I
I
found.
remember this.
I found these pictures when we traveled together. This is one of our sister circles. We traveled together and we traveled to some pretty cool places.
And not only that, do you see the number of women? You know, they always say how we can't get along and stuff, but we've had some awesome trips. And then we're eye catchers, like the number of people who'll stop, like when we're taking photos together. People are like, wow, y'all travel together? All of y'all travel together?
Yeah, they're looking at us like, especially that year we wore that white.
Uh-huh.
And they were looking at us like, okay, why are all these African American women here with white on? What they about to do?
Mm-hmm.
So it was great though. It was great circle of women. And this is, you remember your gathering of the sisters by the poolside?
That was actually I think our first event. And Retha's there with she's got the blue top on. That's her house with the pool. She's in real estate. And I remember she just called me one day out the blue and was asking me, how I was doing, just checking up. And then I said, Retha. And she was telling me she was in real estate. You want to host Gathering of the Sisters? Let's call it Gathering of the Sisters by the pool. She absolutely opened her heart off. We had good food and fellowship. And to this day, she met another person that I know, and she talks to that person now more than I do. So
wow.
She really met and found new friendships.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, so what is your next, what's next in line for you and Gathering of the Sisters?
I envision maybe a conference, and I don't know, we're probably going to talk about that a little bit later, but I just envision more collaborations with other sisterhood networking people, and just kind of take this on the road. Cannot wait for us to be able to travel again, and just have some more good sister bonding. And I noticed Kathy made a comment, something popped up, and Kathy that's looking at us now. We travel together. It's a couple of us, and we used to do, prior to COVID, we traveled together. Sometimes that's not always easy, traveling with your with your sister friends, but I've been so fortunate to have some really awesome friends and really awesome trips.
Absolutely.
But I
Absolutely.
want to do more of that, more gatherings, more gatherings.
So what do you think women today need? What takeaways do we need from those gatherings? What is it that we need our sisters for? What are your ideas on that?
You know what? It's so many areas. Like, there may be people in our circle. Maybe you and your husband might need to go out on a date. You might need can you watch the kids for a couple of hours for me? There's many of us who are caretakers for our parents. Well, maybe one night, you know what? I'm gonna let your mom hang with me or whatever, so you can go out and have a good time. Or if we're going through it, sometimes it's just call somebody on the phone, and just, you need someone to listen to you. Sometimes we think it's monetary. It's not always a monetary. Sometimes a listening ear. And what I've been trying to do lately, if somebody drops in my spirit or something, can I call them? Can I send them a text? So again, so many levels. So it could be spiritual, physical. You might have a buddy, we trying to drop some weight. You might have a buddy, a walking buddy, an exercise partner. Because a lot of things that we need sometimes is just accountability. I know for me is two things, and I think you had last week on the show, you had and
Yeah.
she's a health coach. Is consistency. I'm good with starting something, and and accountability. But if I have a partner, I can have accountability partner, my accountability sister, and we can keep each other in check.
See, I be trying to be your accountability, so I'm not a good accountability
And
partner.
I'm not either. So I don't think because you been us said, let's go get us a hamburger. Okay, where we going?
Like, girl, today is chocolate cake day. I would be like, girl, let's go get a whole chocolate cake. We'll eat it, forget about it, don't worry about the calories, and we'll just eat it all and work it out tomorrow.
And that ain't good, right?
Hey, I'm not a good accountability partner,
So
not in that area.
we can help each other in that way too. We can be a listening ear. We can be a helper. We can be a confidant. So many.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. So tell me, do you want to tell me about Superwoman?
Well, listen, you need to start that conversation because you brought that to me on many occasions where you're like, ooh, 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 it's I got an idea for you. You'll send me a text or an email. I'm like, what, Felicia? What?
That
That brain be working.
brain
So
speed.
the Superwoman conference, that was your brainchild. I'm just here to okay, yeah, let's partner, let's do this.
Gathering of the Sisters Superwoman Conference coming, y'all. And it's going to be huge. It's going to be virtual, but it's going to be huge. So I cannot wait for you guys I can't wait for us to bring it to life. Because
I,
it's going to
I'm, I'm
be
excited. I'm excited.
me too. I won't give too much details then.
You don't have to give a lot of details, but one thing, while we're having this conversation, we're really focusing on, that total body, the physical, what do we say, the spiritual, the mental, um, and
Body, mind, spirit,
body, mind,
everything.
spirit. Hmm.
Everything. And yeah, everything.
And
That
Superwoman, what did we
whole
say?
thing.
Superwomen come in all forms. You could be a stay-at-home mom. You can be an executive running things. You can be the lay person, not necessarily managerial, but you could be a laborer. You can be an entrepreneur. There, women come in all sorts of, not just sizes, small, medium, and large, and extra large, and plus, but we come in so many different forms
Yeah,
of who we are.
where we are. Yes, yes. We're gonna deal with retirees,
Yes.
boom. That's just all of us super
Do
women.
we have our wheels? Do we have our wheels in place? Do we have our house in order? Do we have our estate planning? That's what it is. Talk about
Hmm.
estate planning. Do we have that in order?
Hmm. This is gonna be delicious. I can't. You know I'm over here like, girl,
I know. I can see your brain now working.
Lord help me. I need a cabin getaway with my girlfriends. I need something to take this mind away.
That
But
sounds good.
yeah. So any closing remarks or any words of encouragement you would like to share with our sisters tonight? Now, let me just say though, Delphine, so my viewers won't get it twisted. Every week is not just about women. So men, we need y'all to come on too. But tonight we decided to talk about sisterhood. So that's why we're talking about sisterhood. But men, you are welcome to this space anytime.
And matter of fact, Felicia, it, I'm so glad you said that because when I talk about my book, a very big part of that book, I'm gonna turn right here. So wait, so I can give him his props. Anthony books by Anthony Parnell, who lives in Las Vegas, was very instrumental in helping me with this project. So and I was telling my story to him, and we worked on this project together. So
Wow.
so even though this book is called Woman to Woman, it was very much a lot of heart and soul from Tony Parnell went into this, and My nephew Leon Harris, news anchor, NBC4 Washington, he read the book and gave me a nice little saying. So I'm so glad that you're being not exclusive. You're not being anything exclusively for women. You're
No.
being really inclusive.
Yes, yes, and we have to be, because there are some extraordinary men, extraordinary. The whole world, everybody's doing extraordinary things.
And in closing, I guess I would say, so many times you hear, and I think that's why tonight you really want to talk about sisterhood, because a lot of times we don't know how to be sisters. We
Yes,
are always talking about each other or tearing each other down. And what we want to do is we got to start building each other up. We got to build each other up and just, embrace each other. We might not always agree on different things, but we can agree to disagree and move on. But I think if I had to say anything, sisters, let's start building each other up, building each other up, and helping each other. Isn't there something, my sister's keeper and things like that? I love it.
yes. And there's so much of that disconnect that it's important that those of us who have the heart to do that, to be sincere and be transparent with each other, we gotta do it.
Got
Gotta
it.
do it. And we
Got
got
it.
to. So that's a good word. That's a good word. So what I would like to just encourage everybody to, if you're an ordinary person who's doing extraordinary things, please give us a call or DM me or send me an email, info@feliciarie.com. Text me if you have my number. And if you know someone, have them get in contact with me as well. They can go to Gold Digger Diaries on the Facebook page and just DM me from there, so you can share the link. And please, please, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. I need to get some subscribers over there. So I appreciate it. And tell your friends about the show. This show is for you. It's for everybody. So if you're somebody that wants to come on and share your story or share your whatever you're doing, I'm here for it.
Mm.
So just know that. And Delphine, I cannot thank you enough for joining me in the gold mine tonight. I appreciate it. And I will see you next time.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.